So now I'm gonna call other marketeers and other colleagues that we will talk about how they are implementing tools of Web3 for marketing. So please come in. So Sofia from PembRock, Filippo, Tatiana from vSelf.
Awesome. Oh, we have the.
Do we need to put this?
Okay. You have to turn them on.
Hi. Yes, I can hear myself. Press them at the same time.
Do we hear?
Can you hear me?
No. I think I'm gonna go without.
Pressing, you can hear me, right?
I
Without
can
this.
hear without.
Okay, okay.
It doesn't.
Give me.
It's on the blue. Oh,
Oh,
great.
wow. Okay.
Thanks.
Um,
Oh my god.
so hi guys. So I think I'm gonna start with Sofia because you're CMO of PembRock. So how have you been implementing marketing strategies for the open web?
Okay. I will start like from short intro. I'm
Yeah.
not just working with PembRock. It's for like everyone to know. It's a DeFi project on NEAR, but also I work with outsourcing development company. So we're actually interacting a lot with other projects. So I can share like a little bit of that. So like we're here to talk more about Web3's impact on marketing and branding. And here, maybe I'd like to start with the thing that I think it's like the most crucial stuff. Is that crypto actually brought to the whole market in itself. It's this like we're talking a lot about this, the power of a community actually, because like everyone is talking like yes, you have to build strong community, but it actually came from crypto because the whole market, like not crypto, but the whole market is actually were not so fluctuated like crypto market, and the crypto market showed that community actually means a lot when you're on the top, but it actually means much more when you're going down. And there are supporters that actually can hold a bit of your tokens and they are not selling it, and you can move on, and then you have to prepare for the next bull market. And that is like the most crucial stuff actually. And I think that for all projects, they should pay so much attention to building the community because and actually now when the market is not very good actually like everyone is here yeah. Because I remember the previous year like everyone, wow, we're like chilling here, everything is cool, and this year everyone like okay
We're
like
still here.
we're trying to live here, okay. Yeah. So the community means a lot, and you have to prepare your community for the next bull market. So, like, it's a top tip for everyone who is doing marketing, if that you have to prepare some cool news, some partnership now, but you don't have to share it now. You have to make some deals for millions of dollars. You have to get investments. You have to make some super cool partnership, but you have to hold this. You have to hold this until the market will be right for this news and it will be suitable. And then, like when you feel this wave, you have to throw this news and get users. Like I think that's the most crucial stuff is that we have to work on this right now, but like keep it a little bit and then push in the right moment.
It's all about timing.
Yes.
And Tatiana, so I know you have a project that will help marketers to utilize the tools and also build community. So what can you tell us about it?
Right. We repositioned it recently more as a community service platform, even we started from the identity component of it, because we really see the opportunity to help brands to create more data in the Web3 format and learn how to adopt this technology to improve the customer data management rather just hit on the hype NFT is cool thing, but see that NFT, SBT, it's all data standards that can help them simplify the process, how they're interacting with customer, with each other, because portability of the data between brands and sharing and creating a cross-marketing opportunity that using Web3 tech stack is what we're trying to educate companies outside of Web3 about. But Web3 is still also one of the verticals that we're focusing. We started on NEAR and continuing onboarding projects to work on in the NEAR space and beyond. So there, where I believe that we can introduce a better UX, and this time with this level of development of tech, we don't really have to dig into the technical details, authorize with wallets anymore. We can make this flow smooth and competitive with what social media marketing, loyalty already have out there in Web2 world. So it has to be comparable from the user experience. And that's what we're providing in vSelf.
Yeah, I think it's very important if we want to have mass adoption. And Filippo, what about Popula? I think you tell me a little bit that it's like a platform that could help like people like me.
Yeah. we say Popula, it's a community platform, so community is definitely the atomic unit that we are focusing on, and we think that's where Web3 is also different from Web2, like the focus on community rather than the individual, and this is something beautiful, I think. So basically, Popula is a platform that offers a set of on-chain tools that can help communities and their members to generate engagement, so incentivize engagement, and then because everything is recorded on-chain, then users can actually own their data, the engagement data that they generate. And we think this is going to be available for any kind of economic activity in the future because eventually users will be able to port this data around and also monetize from them in a way that they're not able to do in Web2 platforms, right? Like Web2 platforms make money literally on users' data. And what we want to do is like give this ownership back to users so then they can decide how to use this data. They can sell to companies for marketing purposes or maybe for AI dataset training purposes. But the key point is that they have control over it. And then again, we have this set of on-chain tools that we think can be very helpful for different kind of communities. Can be NFT projects, can be gaming guilds, it can be charities or NGO because we also have a treasury function on chain governance. But we also definitely are targeting brands, same as vSelf. So brands want to experiment with Web3 tools and strategies. They know that it's going to be important for their branding, for building their branding, to have a strong community that support them. And so, but it's also hard to get started with Web3 tools, right? We all know that. And so, if you don't have a department in your company which is specifically dedicated to learn how to use Web3 tools and create a strategy in Web3, it can be daunting for companies to get started. And so that's why and where we want to help. Basically, brands can just build a community on Popula and then automatically have access to all these tools in one place. And so they can create these stronger and more loyal communities of customers. They can create kind of different engagement loyalty programs. Everything is tokenized, so they can create, for example, token-gated coupons or access to different perks, merchandise. They can create different kind of activities to engage the community on Popula, for example, trivia, right? You can test how much customers know about your brand. And I think another beautiful thing about Web3 that we are trying to leverage is the idea of co-branding, like create a brand together with your customers, your community, and that's something also Lex talked about before, right? Making polls, ask people how they see the brand, what's the brand, how the brand looks like in their eyes, and how they want to build this brand in the future. And definitely, we want to be in that kind of segment of the industry where brands can come to Popula and then build the future of their brand together with their community. So
Yeah.
definitely, um, we are
Outsourcing.
there.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think it's the future, and I think it's something that everybody really wants. I mean, don't you want the brands that you love to look like the one
exactly.
how you want it? And you also mentioned gamification, and I know that Tatiana has very good tools for that. Can you share?
Right. We've been looking into social media marketing toolings for quite a bit and the reality behind that. Like, what are the conversion rate that they're bringing? What are the real users and customers and different activations like airdrops, like any giveaways that we really know very well in Web3 and beyond. And what we figure out that it might be a better idea to target lower numbers, but with more quality of who you're involving and spend a little bit of more time of building gamification mechanics that are more suitable for your community. And right now we're like running pilots trying to figure out what's going to be like this golden set of techniques. And the obvious ones are lotteries, mini games, the next generation, many like conversation and going around multiplayer marketing when you involve your communities to stay longer, to slow down, and to learn in the process more about your brand. Same as all this conversation that you guys having about brand co-creation. But it starts with learning about mission of the brand. And we see when people are inviting the newcomers through giveaways or referrals, sometimes the first question like, what is it about? Like, tell me, like, where did I come? And if it's something technological, something complicated, or if it's even a fashion or e-commerce brand with a bigger mission that wants like better world, that wants to make an impact, they need to explain where the customers are coming. And that's what we're working on to just develop no-code tools for brands to be able to create this environment easier.
And I think also know your product well, and build your product in mind with the people that are gonna be the users. So for builders, Sophia, do you have any tips?
Actually, like we started uh, PembRock Finance Marketing 2 years ago, and we haven't seen projects like Popula and vSelf, and it was very hard to catch this audience because DeFi project is very hard to explain to educate people, and like now I'm like, oh my god, if they were then, it will be much more easier actually to engage everyone and then educate inside of the platform because like the analytics is like a pain point for a lot of Web3 projects, but it was like 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago, there were nothing to measure. There was something like Vombi. They appeared like a year ago on NEAR, and then we tried some kind of project that is called Presence. Also, like they are trying to do off-chain and on-chain like together and with advertising. But like 2 years ago, there were nothing to do. Like you were trying to catch those people, trying to educate them. You're preparing some courses with some gamification, and now I'm like, why? Why you appeared so like have you been like here for 2 years ago,
Yeah.
please? But no, yeah. Uh, what I have in mind now is that these tools are very useful, but as Filippo said, that there should be people in your team that will learn this project. Like they have to be involved in this. Like marketer that should pay a lot of attention to new features and because they appear like not every day, okay, every month, but they appear like constantly, and you have to research. You have to find, try and test. Like test for your project. Is it working? Like uh, take I don't know, $500 a month and just test. Every new tool you have to test for your audience, it can work. So I think like testing and testing and testing, it's like the right choice.
Okay, and I'm gonna ask everyone like, what is your biggest challenge that you're facing right now with marketing in the Web3? So we'll start with Filippo.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, if we talk about specifically about marketing, I would say probably the fact that the NEAR ecosystem, as it is now, is not as big as it
It
could
was.
be, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, whenever you target the users in the NEAR ecosystem, the choice is kind of limited to other, bigger ecosystems like Ethereum. So you already start from this, and that's why I think also vSelf and us, we are kind of looking at beyond the blockchain or crypto users, like native crypto users. How can we bridge the Web3 world with Web2? How can we make it easy for Web2 companies or users to actually access the tools that we are building? And this is obviously in our interest, first of all. Um, but it's also a way to, grow the whole ecosystem, because as long as we just stay in this little pond, then we are not going to succeed truly. Um, so definitely, like, finding ways. For example, NEAR already offers a lot of great tech that allows for meta transactions, account abstraction. Um, so you can subsidize gas fees. You can, you don't need to have like a crypto wallet to access a certain platform. You can have access, log in with your email or Facebook or Twitter. So it's already making very easy to reach this goal, but definitely we need
Work on it.
to work very hard for that. Yes.
How do you feel, Tatiana?
Yeah, I can pick up right from here talking about Web 2.5, because since what we're doing, we're trying to promote Web3 as a tool for marketing and for data analytics and for customer data management. When we start talking to brands outside of the Web3 world, they are not by default indoctrinated. And the same comes with investors in the same industry. Like, you're not hyping people just because it's cool, it's blockchain, it's crypto, and it's gonna be tokenized. Nobody cares.
Not
And-
anymore, at least.
And I see it's not that easy to answer the question and find this honest value proposition, what are you gonna get from that? Because if you mention anything crypto related, the reputation of this space outside right now is terrible. What you see on the news is like SBF trials all the time. That's the thing. You need to start creating a new image of Web3 and rebuild the language how we're talking about it, and be a little bit more modest. Like, forget about like 100x. You're talking about real usability, how you can remake the business processes from previous generation to the new one. And when we talk, for example, the brands from travel industry, we constantly hear complaints that what they use for customer data management right now is terrible. It's outdated. They're unhappy, but they're just don't know what exists and don't know how much effort and resources they need to transition to this new generation of systems. They know Google Cloud, but Web3 should be the next step, just not to think about it, just to have ready-made solution with answers about KPIs, like why is it better? Why is it better for your business? So that's to have these answers, that's our current goal and that's current challenge.
Yeah, I like that we should start using more open web and Web3 instead of crypto.
Yes,
because
yeah.
that's just
Like crypto. No. Put this away. But blockchain, yeah, blockchain is cool, and you have to know all the benefits of blockchain and Web3. Yes, but like the crypto is spoiled. Like the word crypto is spoiled with all of these problems, and we have to focus more on bringing businesses to what is actually Web3 can make and what blockchain can make. I thought that when you talk about the investors, I thought like my first thought was, what about AI? Do you have something from AI? Because like we don't want to invest in crypto anymore. We want to invest in something that is hype and that is AI. But actually, blockchain technologies can bring more like about data storage. Like it's amazing tool for reducing the costs. And but people like that is something about crypto, that about token, that about money. I don't want to I don't want to interact with it because it's something that will give me the loss of my money. And
yeah, it took a while for me to understand it as well when I started.
that's for all marketers. All marketers are like, we're not crypto.
But it's really the technology behind it that we can utilize it for more stuff, and it took a while for me to understand it as well, because it's not we are not part of these like financial like dudes changing and feeling like the big guys or whatever. So yeah, is there anything else you want to share?
I think another interesting point maybe is data, because we're all
Mm.
kind of working on data. Uh, and this is also one challenge that we have. It's we are generating huge amount of data, more than Web 2. And the interesting thing, the cool part is that nobody has a monopoly over this data, so anyone can tap into them. And this is super powerful. But then the value of a project or a service or a company is not like having the data, but like creating ways to create context around data and make sense of this data in a way that is useful for other users or brands or companies. So I think finding better ways to use the data that we have and that we will keep generating is going to be like a very interesting challenge, and it could be the source of
The next step.
good success
Yeah.
for all these Web3 projects. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you.